This is the ultimate mini driver battle. We've got the TaylorMade BRNR, the OG, and then the Titleist GTS300. Hi, my name's Rossi. I'm a PGA professional and golf nerd, and these are two mini drivers that really pique my interest. I've had this BRNR in the bag since it first came out. You've seen guys like Justin Thomas use it, Tommy Fleetwood, Adam Scott. It is interesting with Justin Thomas, he's not even contracted to TaylorMade and he's using it, and you see that with a lot of guys. This is probably the most popular mini driver. The R7 Mini as well, super popular. And this GTS 300 really piqued my interest for two reasons. One, when I look down on it, it's just got that really classic look, and it's very similar in size to the BRNR. So what I want to do is hit a few shots and see, can the Titleist replace the BRNR? It'll be an interesting discussion. So let's start with the TaylorMade. I do like the look of this. It's so forgiving, and it's really kind of a trusty club for me. Now, I will say, I've been injured, I've lost a lot of speed, I'll get the excuses in early. So, I'm not expecting to be at full speed today. But 147, 236 carry, a little bit of a draw on that. I'm being kind. A little bit of a hook on that. That's what I find with this driver, is when I do try and shape it left, I'll often kind of overturn it a little bit too much, which is something that I have found with this driver. Okay, so I'm going to hit maybe 5 with each, and then we can compare them both. Oh, again, anytime I try and move this left, it overhooks on me. So obviously that is me, it's not just the club, but I do find it difficult to move it just a tiny bit left. I find it much more comfortable hitting a little cut with this. So I don't know if that's just me, or it's got a little bit more of a fade bias, which is probably why a lot of tall guys like it. But like I say, I feel like I really have to work it to get it going left on me. You can see there, I've just felt like I've swung a little bit freer and hit that little fade, and I can do that all day with this club. So let me hit 2 more, and then we can get the Titleist out. So decent distance there. Have a look at the spin. That's kind of where I like to live, about 2.8 with Mini in terms of spin. In terms of launch, yeah, about that's absolutely fine. So 1 more with this. But that's kind of my shot shape. This is one thing that I'd kind of like to move away from, is if I've got a Mini in play, I'd like to be able to either draw it or just work it both ways. And like I say, when I do try and draw this Mini, I do generally hit it off the planet with the TaylorMade. Okay, I've thrown that in just to see what it's like off the heel. That's one thing I'd say with it, it's just really forgiving. That's gone nowhere because I pretty much shanked it. But I found with this, it is pretty forgiving. I mean, that is off the planet, but I was kind of compensating from the earlier ones. So let me switch over now to the Titleist. The Titleist in play now. Titleist just looks like a Titleist driver. It looks mega. It does look, in my opinion, better than the TaylorMade. That's just my opinion, but I like that classic Titleist look. So if you are somebody who likes that, you will like this Mini. So it's a touch shorter, 1/4 inch shorter than the TaylorMade. Let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling like this wants to go a little bit more right on me than the TaylorMade. I think that's because they've got heavier weights in the back of the Titleist. So the Titleist here, I've gone +2. So I've got 13 in the back. So the CG of this is really quite far back, I think, compared to the TaylorMade. And I can feel that. I can feel it kind of being harder to close, which for some people would be great. For some people, not so much. But in terms of my feeling of wanting to move it left, this should be a little bit better for me, because I can then maybe release it a little bit more. And this is all individual. Let me have a look. Oh, I'm gonna totally delete that. I'm keeping it in there just to show you. I probably should delete it because yeah, that was a bad swing, and maybe quit golf after that. That really hit my shoulder as well. Right, another go. Might have to delete that one off the data because it will really skew it. Okay, so give it another go. Yeah, so I felt like I turned that over just as much as the TaylorMade, but it seemed a little bit more stable on me. It's really interesting, because I'm hitting it out into the range, that ball flight was a little bit moving to the left, whereas on there you can see actually move to the right. There's something you can take away. When there's only a little bit of wind, it can really, really change things. Okay, that's pretty decent. I'm going to hit 2 more to make up for that bad one. Let's see where we're at. Oh, that was off the heel. Yeah, not great. It's off the heel, lost a little bit of distance. Okay, 2 more, and then we can look at the data. I can retire from golf. I've hit too many balls, my shoulder's hurting. That's my excuse. It's totally my excuse. Valid. Okay, so I've hung on to them. It's really interesting. Once you start getting awareness of different clubs, you can really feel like the difference in CGs. And the beauty with these, you can move them around. Like, I'm feeling this, like I should probably put a little bit more weight forward in this, because I can just feel it kind of wanting to hang on for me. So let me hit another one. Let me hit 2 more so we've got a little bit more of an idea. Okay, hit one out of the heel, hit one out of the toe there. I was so far out of the toe. Be interesting to see now if that spins, like just dive bombed. That's one thing I found with the GT280. Toe hits it dropped like 1500 for me, whereas that 265, like that's a nice number to live in. And that's one thing I'd say over I had the GT280 and it didn't last very long in the bag because you just had to hit down on it so much, and I'm quite shallow through the ball, and it just killed me on those toe hits. Let me hit one more. See which one is the winner in this round. Oh, again, I can just feel that weight just behind it, the mass wanting to kind of leave the face open, which is going to be great for some people. Right, let's get into the comparison. So I did delete the completely top shot with the GTS because we were talking about the clubs, not me. So for me personally, the GTS touch faster, nearly 1.6, which could be a little bit to do with the shaft as well. The loft were equated, but I am finding that the GTS does feel a little bit faster off the face. You can see there that the spin is a little bit higher with the GTS. I did leave the face open, which I think is to do with the weight. So for me, changing those weight positions could be a huge thing. Carry, a little bit bigger with the GTS, and then the total pretty much the same. Now if we look at the dispersion, you can see that GTS is much more of a tighter dispersion for me. So which one should I put into play? Well, looking at that data, I think the GTS has some potential. Like I say, I think I need to play around maybe with those weights, because that one at the back's letting me leave the face open. For me, the burner, like I say, I just struggle turning it over, which is a shot I want to hit with Mini. I don't think there's a lot between them, whereas the GT280, there was. I'd say the 300 is faster off the face than the burner. I've done a lot of testing and I definitely think that. So for me, I'm probably going to put this in play. A lot to do with the shaft, that I can put that in my 3-wood as well, which is useful. So I don't have to have a Mini and than a 3 wood, which is really, really nice. But what I would say for people is, in my testing, this thing is mega, but like I say, I think for me, this is a little bit more fade bias. I feel like this is a little bit easier to turn over and not kind of dive out of the air, which we were seeing with my burner, is that I was really kind of twisting the club face to get it going left, and then I'd just hook it. So they're my takeaways from these two drivers. Definitely either are worth it. But if you are kind of wanting that traditional shape and you weren't quite sure on the Titleist, like, I'm happily going to put this in play over this, which may surprise a lot of people, and I am quite sad for this to be retired because it is such a pretty club and it's one of my favourites that I've ever used. Sad times. If you got any questions, pop them in the comments. Do the usual, like and subscribe. I don't like saying that, it feels weird, but yeah, any questions, please let me know.